welcome to my channel and welcome to this journey that I'm bringing you along. I turned 26 a few days ago as I'm filming this, and it's been 10 years now and I still want to do this. I'm closer to 30 than I am to 20 and I still have wanted to do this for over a decade. The only reason why I haven't done it is because of my fear of judgment of other people, especially my family. They really don't like my tattoos. They've heard me bang on for 10 years about how badly I've wanted this and they're completely against it. So I've always had that fear in the back of my head of like judgment and disappointment and like disapproval that I've just held off. But I feel like how do I put it this way, like it's gonna get me genuinely emotional, like to be able, for me, for the first time in my life, to go on holiday somewhere and not feel as self-conscious as I do all the time, and be able to wear things and do things that I felt like I've never been able to do, is just going to change my life and the confidence. And I've held back from doing this my whole life because of what other people think. I do truly love my body. I'm just going to love it a little bit more after this. As I'm filming this, it is the 9th of November. I had my consultation yesterday, and I also previously had a consultation a year and a half ago, and I've taken that long to just think about it, and then I contacted them again. We had another consultation. I just feel so much more confident now. I've got all my like pre-op stuff organized. I contacted a company and I've waited a year and a half and I still want to do it, and I just think, why are you not doing it? And the only reason why I'm not doing it is because of other people that I thought, because you don't even understand how insecure I am when I go on holidays, and my poor past relationships have all witnessed how insanely insecure I am on holiday, in bikinis, trying to avoid it, always wear cover-ups, and I just feel like this is going to change my entire life. So I wish that if anyone's watching this and feels any form of disappointment towards me or disapproval, please understand that this is really going to make me feel so much happier, and if you could be happy for my happiness, I would really appreciate it, because I'm completely doing this for myself. And like I said, I'm 100% single. I'm not doing this for anyone else. I've really sat down with myself and I've been like, just do it, Danny. Stop caring so much about the judgment of other people. So I'm going to be giving you a close-up of my boobs in a second. I'm also going to be taking you on my entire journey, from the assessments to the procedure to the recovery, because I have personally been watching so many boob job vlogs lately, and I just feel like I would be happy to share my story with you, because I always want to be as 100% transparent. I want to take you on the journey with me, because I did the same thing with my lips as well. And I know normally in these vlogs people say, you know, I'm not promoting surgery, I'm not promoting this, I'm not promoting that, which I'm not either. Being transparent with you about a choice that I've made for myself. I just thought, I still want to do it so bad. So I'm so excited, guys. You have no idea. I feel like for me it's like ripping off a band-aid to just being so much more confident and happier, and just feeling like a whole new world has almost opened up to me that I've always wished I could have. I'm going to show you a quick before so you can see what I'm working with, and then only because when I often wear outfits or anything like that, I always wear like intensely push-up bras. I'm a 34B and I always make sure that I look like as possible. When I was younger, I used to like put socks in my bra and like all that kind of stuff. So I will show you the boobs in a second, because yeah, you'll just see what I'm working with before, and then we'll jump back here. 34B is by no means small. I've just never felt quite in proportion to the rest of my body, especially from the side. So my ribs tend to come out, if I actually pull this up a little bit, that's actually a bit more of an accurate representation of my boobs. So you can see like how my ribs protrude outwards further than my breasts do. This is something that's always sort of bothered me when I wear bikinis, and I've often, and you'll notice this in my old photos now, I've often always worn stuff in terms of bikinis and crop tops that come down to here, because I don't like this. I just wish this was filled out more and was more in proportion to everything else, just because I want to, basically. Like, I do love my body. I'm just gonna love it a little bit more after this. So as I'm filming this today, I'm actually on the day due of my period. So this is actually the largest that my boobs will be all month. This is them full, and I think it's much better now this is up. You can genuinely see why I suppose I wanted to do it and why I wanted to do it for so long. I feel like it's going to give me so much confidence. I'm going to be able to wear bikinis and be happy and wear different kind of clothes I've always wished I could have worn but not really felt like I could fill out in any way, and just feel more feminine. So I'm very excited. So yeah, my little 360 ever before. So initially, of course, I'm extremely nervous about the operation. I've never had surgery in my life and I've never been under anesthetic in my life, so that really terrifies me. But I have good old nurse M who's gonna be there with me the whole way, and M's gonna be with me for about 6 days after my operation, and then she goes to Canada, so she'll be here to help look after me, because I've been reading all this stuff about how you can't lift your arms and like all this stuff, and I'm like, oh my god, how am I gonna make even like a cup of tea? Like, but I just want to show you everything that happens and take you along for the journey. Yeah, I'm so excited. I just feel like I have a lot of nerves right now, you can probably tell, because my biggest hurdle is telling my family that I'm actually doing it, because it just feels like this huge anxiety, like this weight on my chest that my immediate family and my extended family are just going to be incredibly disappointed in me and might not want to speak to me. Like, I don't even know. But once I'm over that hurdle, I'm going to be so much more like excited and happy. But let's just hope they take it well and they understand that I'm old enough now to make my own decisions about my own body. Like, I'm 26, for God's sake. Like, I think I know what's best for me. And the most exciting thing is that by the time that you watch this, I will already have done it, which is so crazy to me. I'm having like my pre-op in 2 days where I meet the surgeon and we're going to go through CCs and all that stuff. I just want to have like a proportionate size to the rest of my body because I'm quite a tall girl. I've got broad shoulders, broad hips, and I just would like to fill out a bit more, because from the side I can be quite like up and down flat, and I would just like to have a few curves and stuff. So I will see with him like what's gonna happen. So I'm looking forward to meeting him, and I've been quoted for the surgery at £6,075 for the entire surgery. When I meet him, that's when we'll discuss whether the implants go behind or in front of the muscle. I believe if you have enough breast tissue, they go behind. If you don't have enough, they go in front, I believe. Don't quote me, I'll have to like get that double checked. But yeah, I'm so excited. I just feel like this is something that I know when I do it, I'll be like, why didn't I do this sooner? So yeah, I will speak to you next when I have gone to my pre-assessment, or when I'm going to my pre-assessment, and they're going to take my photos and do my measurements and stuff. So I'm very excited. Hello everyone, it is the 11th of November and I'm about to go off to meet my surgeon, and today we're going to talk about all things like sizes, and I'm actually having to go back tomorrow to do like my blood pressure, height, weight, all that stuff. Also, how mad is this, right? It's literally 2:30 in the afternoon and I've had to have my lights on because it's so dark and wintry already, and I've got this pillow all ready to go because I've been reading about how you have to sleep upright and all that stuff. So I'm just getting myself prepared. I do have an update though. I did actually tell my family, so that was a hurdle that has now been crossed, and I think because my mum knows I have wanted this for 10 years and she has heard me talk about it so many times for so long, she kind of expected it. I think the one thing that they were really a bit worried about was me actually vlogging this and documenting this, because they said this is just going to open, they're basically scared of me getting attacked for making this decision. But I told them that I'm making this for myself. I think my mum really saw where I was coming from, and she can see that I'm a 26-year-old woman. I know right and wrong and what to do, and I think she was also just like a bit sad that she can't be here physically when I'm recovering, because the recovery is quite grueling. So that for me was like the main hurdle. I think I was so nervous. We had like a 2-3 hour phone call about it, fully aware of how long I've wanted it, so they get it, do you know what I mean? But I'm just glad it's done. because I was so scared that they would just like not speak to me, but they do seem like okay, so I'm really happy about that. So today, exciting day. It's like trying on sizes and stuff. So I'm going to Harley Street, and I'm going to meet my surgeon, and I'm going to try on different implant sizes. It's so annoying how today like my boobs are so swollen from my period. I'm like, it's such deceiving behavior, like why does it have to be today? But I think I'm going to try between 300 and 350 cc as a stab in the dark. I've been watching so many vlogs. Like 300, 350 is kind of like the area I want to go, but because I'm so bloody swollen and big today, I'm just like, oh, for God's sake. I just hope you can see past that. So yeah, I'm about to leave now, and I'm feeling like really excited because it's so real. And I do think after today I have to pay like the full balance, so I'm gonna say goodbye to like 6 grand, which is pretty much my entire personal bank account. So I'm a little bit like, oh my God, that's so much money. I don't think I've ever spent like 6 grand on something in my life, so a little bit like, whoa, this is happening now. After this consultation today, there's like a 2-week cooling off period where you can get your refund and all that stuff if you change your mind, but I think I'm pretty dead set on this. As you can see, like I've wanted this for so long, and I think something my mum said which made sense. She said, look, I know you've been thinking about this for 10 years, like you don't need to think about it anymore, like I know you're making this decision for you. And yeah, and then the thing is, for me, I was like, look, if I lived on a desert island and there was no one else there, I'd still want to do it. And that's when I was like, this is the right decision. I'm so excited. I feel like this first half of the vlog is like nerves and like uncertainty and feeling like anxious and guilt and telling people and all this, and the second half is going to be like so much excitement and buzzing, and I'm just so excited. Let's go get my sizes sorted. Oh my God, I can't believe this is happening. Let's go. That's me all done. So we're here on Harley Street. This is where I'm going to be getting it done, but I'll update you when I get home. Very unexpected results, basically. I literally sent my mum like a huge message, like a read more message of explaining everything. Basically, when I got there, like the surgeon was nice. He was very Italian, so he was like, oh, like, can you speak anything? And I was like, no, and he seemed very underwhelmed. But yeah, I was like, sorry. Because of COVID, like everything feels so like a bit awkward and clinical and like strange, because like you walk in and you can't like shake hands or anything. You're just like, hello.
Yeah.
Like, these are my boobs, like, hi.
Yeah.
Like, it's just super weird. So he did like some measurements and stuff, and I was like, I think I want like 350, 300, 350. I think that's like what I need. And he was like, not for your height. You can try it on, but I don't think you'll be happy with that. I was like, okay. So I tried on 350, and I was like shocked, because I was like, this doesn't look like any different.
Really?
Yeah. And he was like, you should try on 400. And I was like, 400 sounds huge. And I was like, what? So I tried on 400. And then when I looked in the mirror, like my body actually looked proportional. And I was like, oh my God, my body looks really good like this, which is weird. And he said over time, like a year after, they go down 10% in size because of them dropping and all this stuff. But he also was like, but keep in mind, because it's your first day of your period, like they are going to go down. Like, your boobs are swollen right now, so they're going to be smaller than this anyway. But I took a video of both of them. Sorry guys, don't mind that I'm just chatting to you. I'm just cooking some chicken. It's all good. I've got my Nana's on the way, so probably be here in a second. So I think this was the 400. Oh, you don't want to be. She's on the camera.
Very crusty.
So this was with 400. And hold on, let me see if I like. So see how they're not that big?
Yeah, no, they don't look that at all.
I thought they'd be huge, right? And then they look like really like in proportion with the rest of me, and I was expecting 400 to be like massive.
Yeah.
And then they kept making me wear that vest. I'm like, take it off. So I took it off, and then when I saw that, I was like, that looks good.
So they're gonna sit like that, right?
No, so this wasn't round. They made me put these like teardrop ones in, but they're not going to be the final ones. I think it's because they couldn't sanitize the round ones or something. I don't know. And then the 375s were like this. They don't look that different, but I just prefer the 400 on me. Hold on, let's see.
I feel like that looks good though. Like, to me, they look pretty similar, to be fair. But
they do look really similar. I don't know why this one's so short from the other one. The other one's only like slightly bigger. But he was like, you need to remember that these will drop to be like 375.
okay.
So I was like, that looks to me like proportional. Like it feels like it gives my body more of a shape. She also only pointed out to me that because I have broad shoulders, that's why I need a bigger implant size, because I actually showed like some other people's implants and he was like, look at their frame. They're a lot more like smaller and athletic, like just in terms of like whatever, you just have like a broader frame. So it makes sense to fill it out more front on.
Okay.
He said if you get like 350 or 375, he said I guarantee it within like a month you'll be like, I wish I went bigger. They're hardly any different.
Really? Okay.
Yeah. So he's like, I think 400 is perfect for you, and I was like, oh, I didn't think 400 was going to be for me. Oh, and he said under the muscle, and I was like, no. And he's like, no, you have to go under. He's like, you've got enough.
No, under is what you want. Over is perfect.
Over means easy recovery, but looks like, I guess in the long run doesn't look as good, I think. But I've seen some overs that look great.
Right.
But then under, really, really painful recovery, but look really good. Like,
yeah, that's what I thought you wanted.
yeah. But I think I was just so scared of the whole recovery time. Do you know what I mean?
Under then, right? Mm-hmm. That's good. I think that's good.
Yeah. I'm like, I'm a bit scared. But basically, it's just gonna go under the muscle, round implant. He showed me like cutting an implant in half, and it doesn't leak because it's pure silicone. Like I'll show you a video of it. Like it doesn't leak or anything like that. And then yeah, so under and 400 round. The one that I'm having isn't like there's like a textured one, and then there's like the clear one.
Right.
I'm having the clear ones, and they feel more like squishy boobs, whereas the textured ones feel like very hard.
Yeah, so I was gonna say my only concern with like round is like I wouldn't want it to look like
bowling balls
on you versus teardrop. But I mean, that's good that you're saying it.
Yeah, so I think that should be fine. And then he just mentioned to me that like my recovery is going to be quite bad because when it's under, he said if you push down or anything, like it's going to hurt so much.
Yeah.
So he said like even like lifting up a laptop will really hurt, or pushing down to push yourself up will really hurt because it's all like your chest muscles. And he said that I literally can't exercise for 2 months, at least 2 months afterwards having under the muscle. He said like you can go for walks and stuff, but nothing more than like 10 minutes, like can't do any form of exercise. So I was just having a debrief with Em and just showing her the videos as well, because I'm so glad I took these, because it's just when I say 400cc, like it sounds like bowling balls, right?
Exactly. My face was a bit shocked, but after hearing everything out, and especially how the doctors give you the size based on your frame and like what suits you and what fits you, it all sort of makes sense now.
I mean, the fact that this is 400cc, do you know what I mean? Like, I do have broad shoulders. I've always had that, and like I said at the start of this video, I have quite a broad, like, sticky out rib cage. So I guess that's one thing that I wish I could have just worn like a different bra to try them on to see like the whole ribs thing. Hence why I kept trying to take off the tank top. I was like, how do they look? I guess I can see here, so I guess they do just about come out further. I think that looks very proportional. So, but yeah, because it is first day of the period, my boobs are super swollen anyway. So he did say that to keep in mind, this is the implants over swollen boobs, so they're going to be even smaller. And he's like, I feel like if you go any smaller than 400, you're just going to be like, why didn't I get bigger? I regret this. Like, yeah, so it's very interesting to see how different implants are just so dependent on so many things for each person. But I think I'll be happy with it. But I was saying to Em, it's so weird, like it's like an extra kilo on me. But it just feels like having like a textbook. That's what people say, it feels like a textbook on your chest, and like,
yeah, it's gonna be weird.
It's gonna feel so weird.
Yeah.
It's so weird, the thought of it, but like it does feel more real now. Next step, because there's a 2-week cooling off period now, which I think is really good they do that, so that you can't rush into anything. That's now, and then I have a pre-op assessment or something over a video. And then I have to get a COVID test a week before, just saying everything just feels so weird and clinical and awkward and strange with COVID. And the thing that does make me quite, like, I'm not gonna lie, it does make me quite sad. Em can't come with me at all to, well, she could drop me off, but I don't think she'll need to do that because I'll be fine beforehand. She can't come in with me at all on the day, so I'll be, before anesthetic, probably panicking by myself and not on a vlog with you guys. But then when I come out of the surgery and I get back into my bed and I wake up, like, I won't be able to have anyone there, and I think that's really sad. I mean, there's nothing we can do about it, but...
And I will take care of you as soon as you set foot in the store.
Literally, we'll have Nurse M. And one of our friends told us, who's had it before, she told us that M might need to help me go to the toilet. So we're gonna get very close because it's under the muscles, so any movement at all of my arms is gonna be really painful.
Did you say before I'm gonna buy a diaper? Yeah.
I'll go on Beats' little like grass outside. Easy enough. So yeah, Em won't be able to see me until I step foot out of the surgery and outside the building, which is so sad because I'm gonna be so wiped out on another planet on like my morphine and stuff. And we're gonna have to get an Uber home and tell them to drive like 5 miles an hour so that my friends don't get knocked about. But yeah, it's so weird. It's like, it feels real now. There's no going back now.
But are you happy with that? That's the question.
Like, I am. And I feel like you get so anxious in your own head, and then I watch the video back and I'm like, that looks great. Like, there's nothing to worry about. I'm so glad I took this video because I was a bit shy of being like, do you mind if I just record a video of my boobs? Yeah. They would be like, huh? He asked me what I do for work and I said, oh, social media stuff. And he was like, oh, like, do you do management for people? And I was like, no, I am the YouTuber. I just hate saying that. Like, yeah. I could never be like, I'm an influencer. But anyway, so I was like, do you mind if I just go around the screen and film something? And he was like, yeah, whatever you want. Thank God I did.
No, I feel like as long as you're happy, and as you said, as long as, or as I said, as long as you're doing it for yourself, because I feel like last time when you backed out,
I was in a weird headspace.
Exactly, but you said now, like, this is what you want to do. Like, it's not for anyone but yourself, so.
It's weird because, like, I was going to go ahead with it last year, and the reason why I didn't was because I was getting so many people's opinions. Instead of saying, like, I knew I wanted to do it, but I was like, I want to ask everyone around me first. And asking everyone around, they go, you don't need it, you don't need it, you don't need it, you don't need it. So I was like, oh, maybe I don't need it. Am I going to let everyone down if I do it? So I just lied, and I was like, oh, I don't want it anymore. Like, I'm fine now. Like, even though I wanted it, I was like, I feel like it's the wrong thing to do because I feel like I'm going to let everyone down. And then now this time, I think it was like turning 26. I was like, I still want this. And I think, obviously when we were in Dubai, I was thinking about it here and there. But it just, for some reason, it just feels like the right time now. Especially because, like, we've literally spent this whole year by ourselves and I still want to do it. So I'm like... I'm gonna have to give them names.
Yeah.
Pepsi and Poppy.
Posh names.
Esme.
Esme. In honor of being.
Maybe it needs to start with B. Barbara and Boris.
Beatrice.
Beatrice.
It's good you're taking them along with you.
Yeah. I was so unsure at first, but I think once I actually... We're saying this is like a documentary. Mm-hmm. It's weird for me to be vlogging and knowing this won't go up for like another month and a bit. But I feel like I'll look back on this and be like, yeah, it's the right thing. And I feel like if I did in hindsight just be like, by the way, I got boobs, everyone, I'd be like, what the hell? Yeah. Whereas when they see like how much thought's gone into it and how much the whole journey, they'll be like, okay, you didn't just rush into this.
What did you say? It's been like 10 years?
Yeah, so since I was realistically 11.
Right.
Because obviously I hit puberty when I was 9. So I had my boobs by 9, the same size at 9. Because I got my period then as well. And then they haven't grown in 15 years. And they got bigger when I put on a bit of weight. They were like nearly a C. And now they're back to like a 34B. But since I was 15, I remember saying to my mom, I was like, as soon as I can, I want to get my boobs done. And she was like, no, you're not doing that. You're not doing that. And I was like, yeah, I am. And then every boyfriend I've ever had, I was like, I'm getting my boobs done, I'm getting my boobs done. And they're like, you don't need to do it. And I was like, but I want to do it. And it just never left. I convinced myself that I didn't want to, but I know I did, if that makes sense. But now I'm just being true to myself. I'm like, look, there are going to be people that aren't happy about it. If I'm happy, you should be happy for me, you know?
You have to keep telling yourself that, like, as long as it's for you and you're not letting anyone else's thoughts.
Nada.
Then
I feel like we need a glass of wine.
Yeah. I'm gonna eat my dinner and then let's have one and watch Good Girls.
Let's do it. Oh my god, I need to work as well.
Oh yeah.
I'll do that now anyway. I'll chat to you guys in about a week.
Bye.
Bye. Good morning, world. So it is a few weeks later and I'm just heading off now to get my COVID test. I've had so many of these this year, it's actually mad. But I'm ready to get a big swab up my nose and down my throat. Completely fine though, because obviously this has to be done before my surgery, which is a week today. I can't believe it's a week today. Like, it's so mad. It's just coming around so fast that I'm like, oh my lord. So I'm just heading to like a drive-in NHS one. When I went to Dubai, I had to get like a specific one, which is £200, but thank God they allow just the NHS ones here. So that's what we're doing today. A fun morning out and about in London. I just can't believe that it's a week today. It's truly blowing my mind because, oh my god, 1 week left. This is my last weekend with these boobs. My last weekend with no pain for a while as well, because I'm sure it's going to be quite painful over the next few weeks. But oh boy, I am getting excited for sure. Like, oh my god. As time's going on now as well, like I have not really told anyone. I've told maybe like 3 people in my life, but I just don't really want to tell anyone yet. And also it's my own personal decision, but my mum is being really supportive, which I appreciate so much, because I was obviously, as you saw at the start, I was quite worried about that. But she's really excited for me as well. She just wishes she could be here during my recovery. Yeah, I'm just like, ah! It is madness. Okay, I'm nearly there. Hi.
Have you done a test before?
Yes, I have, but not an NHS one.
Oh, is it? So you done a home one?
I've done a PCR one, like by a nurse.
Hospital.
Yeah.
Okay, so this one's you have to do it yourself.
Okay.
Okay, so everything's in there. Read through the instructions. If you've got a problem, you put your hazard lights on. When you finish doing the test, make sure you do not seal the bag at all. Okay.
Yeah.
When you do the test, it's 10 seconds to back of your throat to your tonsils. 10 seconds to that side, up the nose to the bridge for 10 seconds. Okay. When you finish doing that, okay, you're going to find a test tube in there, put it through the test tube into the tissue bag into the hazard bag. Then you do not seal the bag, put your hazard lights on, someone come and check it for you, okay?
Great.
Instructions in there as well, what to do as well.
Okay, thank
Follow
you.
the road around there, make sure you do not seal the bag when you've done the test, okay?
Alright.
Do your window up, sorry.
I'm doing it myself. Alrighty then. Hello, my love. Oh my god. So it is like literally a day and a half until the surgery. Today I did a really fun task of going through my bikini and my bra and knickers drawer and removing all the stuff that won't fit anymore. I'm so excited. So excited. Oh my god, I can't believe it. But it's not real yet. I'm most scared about like the general anesthetic because I've never been put to sleep. And I'm terrified that they'll be like too big, but I keep watching the video and I'm like, they're fine, they're fine, they're fine. But it's getting so real. I'm so excited. I'm so excited.